market gained a good 3% after the optimists hit the airwaves and TV screens. First amongst them was Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, who was one of the first leaders to have quite detailed talks with the President-elect this morning by telephone. It was a chat amongst two men with similar backgrounds, he reported. Both had been successful business people before going into politics quite late. Turnbull seems to believe that Trump would be a pragmatist, not the idiot or dangerous lunatic some of Turnbull's own ministers only a few days ago had described the then candidate.
Donald Trump's victory is met with a mixture of shock and big concerns on the front pages of the British press today. The Times produced a special wraparound cover for Donald Trump's victory. The newspaper says, "The new word, Donald Trump sends shockwaves around the globe." The Guardian says, "Americans woke up to a divided country in a more fearful world." The Sun tries to be funny. 16 years after Joe Simpson's prophecy that Donald really is the president. And the Daily Mirror depicts the Statue of Liberty with its head in its hands and asking, what have they done?
What I want to show you is an article that is really looking forward at what this could mean for Europe in the future. And there was this article here, and it's taking a look at some of the other far-right leaders within Europe and how they could be taking confidence, or at least seem to be taking confidence from Trump getting elected. And so what I think this really means is that, you know, we've come to the end of this election, but it's still just the beginning. And there's not much we can do now but wait and see what exactly he will do.
Hello, this is Meera, Selva in Singapore. Well, newspapers today have been reacting to Donald Trump's victory. The focus has been on two things. Firstly, the markets, which kind of crashed when it looked like he was going to win and then stabilized a bit. But essentially, traders are shocked and are not quite sure what happens next. There's also been a focus on trade. And then the biggest question that's been asked in Singapore, which is a very small, multinational, multi-ethnic country with a huge base of foreigners, is how on earth did this happen and could this possibly happen here? At the moment, the conclusion is, well, probably not, because we take far more care to make sure that all races are represented, and we try not to make sure that a group, the working class, are left out of the games of society. Whether this confidence is worthwhile or misplaced remains to be seen.
Now, Israelis usually want to know what something means for Israel. Therefore, Maariv is reminding Trump of his promises he made during the election campaign. If he keeps them, it would mean moving the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. It would mean that he doesn't see settlements as obstacle to peace and that he's against a Palestinian state. And it would also mean that he would do away with the nuclear treaty with Tehran, something which Netanyahu really would love to see.